If you've ever looked at a US car manual and then compared it with the same car sold overseas, you've probably noticed something strange. In America, most new cars recommend 0W-20 oil, but in Europe, Asia, Australia, and the Middle East, the very same engine often recommends 5W-30, or, even thicker. So what's going on here? Are American engines weaker? Are overseas engines stronger? Or is this all about marketing? Today you're going to learn the real truth behind why US cars use thinner oil, and why the rest of the world doesn't always follow that rule. Let's start with the most obvious difference: fuel economy standards. In the United States, car manufacturers are under enormous pressure to hit strict MPG numbers. The thinner the oil, the less resistance inside the engine, and less resistance means slightly better fuel economy. Even a tiny improvement, like 0.2 to 0.4 miles per gallon, helps automakers meet government requirements. That's why 0W-20 exploded in popularity in the US during the last decade. It wasn't because engines suddenly demanded it. It was because manufacturers needed every fraction of efficiency they could get. But overseas, most countries don't use the same fuel economy testing methods. Europe uses WLTP, which prioritizes real-world driving. Many Asian and Middle Eastern countries focus more on engine durability and high heat. Because of that, automakers there can recommend thicker oils, like 5W-30 or even 10W-40, oils that provide stronger long-term protection. Now, let's talk about temperature, because, honestly, climate plays a major role. The 0W in 0W-20 describes how the oil flows in freezing temperatures. It's perfect for cold mornings, winter conditions, and regions where engines need fast lubrication when they're started in the cold. That's why the northern United States and Canada really love 0W oils. But, overseas, many countries just don't face those cold temperatures. Hot climates, like the UAE, Australia, Pakistan, or parts of Africa, naturally require thicker oil to maintain pressure at high engine temperatures. A 5W-30 oil doesn't thin out as quickly in extreme heat, which means better long-term engine protection. But climate and efficiency aren't the whole story. There's another major factor that, honestly, most people don't realize: driving style. The average American drive involves long highway runs, smooth roads, and pretty consistent speeds. But overseas, driving conditions might include stop-and-go traffic, high-load situations, steep hills, poorly maintained roads, and, extremely dusty environments. These conditions heat up the engine, stress the oil, and make a slightly thicker viscosity much safer. Thinner oils like 0W-20 can sometimes shear down faster under heavy loads, which is why many overseas manuals recommend 5W-30 for added stability. Another huge difference is fuel quality. Many countries outside the United States still deal with lower-grade gasoline, higher sulfur levels, and honestly, inconsistent fuel purity. These conditions increase engine deposits, stress piston rings, and create higher internal temperatures. Because of that, thicker oils help maintain better protection. The United States uses cleaner fuel, better refined gasoline, and strict emission standards, making thin oil a lot less risky. Now let's address one myth: engine designs are different overseas. In almost every case, that's false. Whether you're driving a Toyota Corolla in America or Japan, a Honda Civic in the United States or Europe, or a Ford in the United States or Australia, the engines are nearly identical. The difference is not the engine. The difference is what the manufacturer prioritizes. In America, companies optimize for fuel economy numbers. Overseas, manufacturers prioritize engine longevity, hotter climates, and tougher driving conditions. Here's something else to consider: emissions regulations. Thin oils help engines warm up faster, which reduces cold start emissions. This is important in the United States, where regulations on emissions are extremely strict. Overseas, especially in developing countries, emission standards are not always as tight, so manufacturers can afford to recommend oils that focus more on protection than emissions. But now we reach the most important point of all, the one automakers don't like to talk about. The recommended oil is not always what's best for long-term durability. Many mechanics will tell you that engines running 0W-20 wear out slightly faster over hundreds of thousands of miles compared to engines running 5W-30. The difference isn't dramatic, but it's real. Thicker oil maintains stronger film strength, protects bearings better, and reduces wear under stress. That's why high-mileage vehicles, even in the United States, often switch to 5W-30 as they age. It's not that 0W-20 is bad, it's just that it's optimized for fuel economy, not necessarily maximum longevity. So, what's the takeaway? If you live in a cold climate, drive gently, and want the best fuel economy, 0W-20 is perfectly fine. If you live in a hot climate, tow heavy loads, or drive aggressively, 5W-30 may actually protect your engine better. Even if you're in the United States, what matters most is matching the oil to your real driving conditions, not just blindly following the label. If you want more videos that reveal the hidden truth behind car maintenance, engine care, and long-term reliability, make sure you subscribe. Your next repair bill might depend on it.